reason we have the standard work is so we can problem solve. What's the culture I want in a lean environment? The culture I want in a lean environment is a problem-solving culture.
A problem is a gap between the current situation and the standard or desired condition.
What is a problem? From a lean perspective, a problem is the deviation from standard, a gap between what I want to happen and what actually happens. What I planned to happen and what did happen. That's the problem.
Problem solving ensures that variance from standard is not ignored or band-aided. Problem solving ensures standards are continuously improved.
We solve problems, we apply lean when a standard is not achieved. Are there any standards that you have that aren't achieved that you can think of? If you have a problem. Most say, yeah, well, we don't have a standard. If you don't have a standard, you got a problem.
Problem solving determines why a variance from standard occurred, finds its root cause, and implements a countermeasure to prevent the variance from recurring.
So how much time do we spend actually root cause problem solving the issue rather than getting on with the next job, I'm too busy in proverbial sense to sharpen the saw because I'm cutting down trees. At what point do we stop and take a breath? Do we have the guts to schedule 80% capacity and use the other 20% for problem solving, preventive maintenance, or whatever it is? In other words, what's your commitment?
At Ontario Excavac, we use Plan, Do, Check, Act for problem solving. We call this method PDCA.
Think of it this way. What is the background of the problem? What's the current condition? What's the target condition? What's my analysis? What are some countermeasures? What's my action plan? What did I learn? Everything in the same cadence all the time.
In addition to PDCA, we use other methods of problem solving such as 5Y, A3, and Kaizen.
There are some things that need a 5Y exercise, which is a simple flip chart exercise that two of us can do in 20 minutes. As the problems get bigger, I got to get bigger caliber guns. I need to escalate it all the way up to create an A3 problem solving. And what it says is, I want you to study the problem so hard for so long that you can distill it to this one page. And what is this one page? What's the background? What's the current condition? What's the target? What's my analysis? What's my proposed countermeasure? What's my action? And ultimately, I got to run a Kaizen event. All Kaizen can only work if the employee is involved. That is the employee that does the job. You cannot do any change unless you gemba gabutsu, unless you go and see and directly observe. You'll see a lot of that in lean operations. They do a lot of direct observation. Observe what you see. Even in the little runaround we did with Malcolm and his team a couple weeks ago, we saw some stuff. And finally, everything you do to change is simply an experiment. It doesn't have to be exactly right. It doesn't have to be successful. What you're doing is you're experimenting and learning. Remember the fourth rule. We want to satisfy our customer, we want to make work easier, we want to reduce costs, we want to learn faster. Learn faster. Learn faster. That's really important.
At Ontario Excavac, Lean is all about developing employees to be problem solvers.